Hey, what's up, guys? It's Getty here from Not Finished Yet, back with another video. And the title of this video is If You Are a Child of God, Then You Can't Lose. And one of the main scriptures in the Bible that I'm using to defend that idea is a popular and common verse that you've probably heard before, Romans 8:28, which says, "And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them." I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But I want to say that how this video came about was recently I had an intense moment where I became strongly aware of my wounds, my scars, my hurts, my trauma, and my pains from the past and the present. And I said, Jesus, why have you left me like this? Why haven't you healed me? I came to you, Jesus, to be healed, and I'm still this way. I feel still so broken inside. And I heard him say to me, I felt him say to me, all these scars that you have are going to make you more relatable to other people who have the same kind of scars. That's basically, essentially, what he said to me. He said, all these scars, all your scars are going to be used to be able to relate to others who have similar scars and similar wounds. And it finally really hit me how he works all things together for good, because I had this picture come to me about someone with scars, someone with trauma, someone with pains, and they feel sheltered, they feel shameful. And I just happened to come across them in a dark place, and they were nervous, they were timid, they didn't want to be seen. But I approached them and I said, show me your scars, and I'll show you mine, because they had similar kind of scars. They've been through similar stuff in their life, and I had my scars to show them that you're not alone. I've gone through that too. I know how you feel. I know what it's like. So God said, I'm going to use these scars that you have. I'm going to use your wounds to be able to relate to others who have the same kind of wounds. And it was like just a revelational moment where I kind of like realized that, oh, you know, all these attacks from the evil one, from the devil, from demons, from dark forces, and even from other people in my life are now going to be used to relate to other people who have been through similar things, and they're going to feel less alone. There's going to be um, potential moments to witness to them, to share the love of Jesus with them. It opens a door to share some kind of empathy, not just sympathy, but empathy with other people. And I just said, oh, so now that I see that these scars that I have, these wounds that I have, can be used to relate more to other people, the more scars that I have, the more that I'll be able to relate. And that's when I said, bring it on, devil. Bring it on. I'm going to take life head on now. Whatever life wants to hit, I want more scars. I'm ready to receive more pain. I'm ready to receive more wounds, because the more wounds that I have, the more that I'll be able to relate. That's the key part of this message. The wounds and the scars and the hurts that you have are going to be used to relate to others with similar kind of wounds and scars and pains. Okay, that's what God's going to do, to use that evil into good. That's how he's going to work together all these things, okay? And but there's another verse I wrote down in my handy dandy notebook, that was in, I think it was in Joel 2, a not so common verse, but you may have heard that before as well. It says, "I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten." God is going to restore to you what has been taken and destroyed, in the pain and the scars that we've gone through. God is going to restore us. He's going to bind up those wounds, so we can take heart when it comes to that. But now, here's another verse that you may not have heard that I found very helpful. It's in Genesis 50, and it's in the context of Joseph, um, and his brothers. When Joseph was in this high appointed position, and he was almost like a king, right, or something, or at least a prince, but he was in this high, powerful role. And his brothers, it says in Genesis 50, verses 18 through 20, his brothers also came and fell down before him and said, "Behold, we are your servants." But Joseph said to them, "Do not fear, for I am in the place of God." Verse 20, "As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. So, as verse 20, the key verse, "As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today." So there may have been people in your life, whether the past or the present, who tried to hurt you. Maybe they did hurt you. Maybe you have these wounds from other people, and they were trying to cause evil against you. But you know what God's gonna do? He's gonna take that evil that was against you, and he's gonna mean it for good. He's gonna use it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. You know, you may have had suicidal thoughts. You may have had suicidal ideations. You may even have had suicidal attempts. And you're going to find someone out there who has also had suicidal thoughts, and who has also maybe had suicidal attempts. And you're going to say, "Hey, you may be even thinking about committing suicide even now." And you went through that yourself. And you're going to tell them, "Hey, I've had suicidal thoughts. I've tried to take my own life before." And you know what you might do? You might even save someone's life, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. You may be able to keep someone alive by sharing your testimony, by sharing what you've gone through, by sharing your scars. Okay? And you're going to keep them alive with what you're able to share with them. And you're going to say, "Hey, I know you're in a dark place. I know you've been through A, B, and C, but guess what? I am someone who has also been through that. And look at what God has done in my life." And you might be the one to give them that encouragement to hold on. You may be the one to change their life and change their story, and it ultimately saves their life. It keeps them alive. And God, glory be to God for that. He's going to use you for that. So I say, if you're a child of God, then you can't lose. And what I mean by that is, the devil might have intended harm against you. The devil may to have scarred you. Other people may have tried to hurt you and scar you. But you can't lose, because what was meant for evil is going to be turned to good. So what looked like a loss, what made you feel like you are losing, what made you feel like you are just going to lose, God is showing you that with him you can't lose, because he takes evil and turns it into good. He takes all these things, like Romans 8:28. It says he works together all things for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. So you have to be a child of God if you want this to be applicable, because not everybody is in that place where that they're never going to lose. Because if you're not on the winning side of Jesus Christ, then you may be on the losing side. So this is not the same for you. If you're a child of Satan, then you are going to lose. This doesn't apply to you. But if you're a child of God, then you can't lose, because again, he works together all things for the good. Okay? And then I put in um, uh, brackets, I put in quotations, um, adapt and excel. God is going to show us how to adapt. He's going to show us how to excel. He's creating us to be more resilient, okay? He's using these tests and these trials and these scars and these pains to make you more resilient, and he's showing you how to adapt. And ultimately, you're going to excel. As you learn to adapt, you're going to excel. So God is preparing you. You may have scars. You may have wounds. I have scars. I have wounds. But God is going to use these to prepare us, to make us be able to adapt, to make us resilient, to make us be able to relate to other people. And ultimately, he's going to take what was meant for evil and turn it into good. So take heart, keep the faith, trust in God, stay close to Jesus. And if you are a child of God, then you can't lose. God bless you.